for thunderbird, a gigantic bird that's said to be able to create storms and cause earthquakes, usually depicted as a symbol of power and majesty. U is for unicorn, a horse-like creature with a single horn on its head, usually depicted as being pure, magical, and healing. V is for vampire, a creature that feeds on the blood of living things, usually humans, often causing them to rise as undead creatures, usually depicted as being evil and corrupting. W is for werewolf, a human who can transform into a wolf-like creature, usually during the full moon, usually depicted as being cursed and sad. Haunted royals, vampire myths, paranormal past, uncover dark history story every week with us where legend meets truth. Welcome to Phantom Chronicles. From Basilisk to Ziz, this is a list of 50 mythical creatures from mythology, folklore, and legends from around the world. I present Mythical Creatures A to Z. Let's begin with an explanation. These are some of the most iconic creatures in mythology and folklore. You may have heard of them before, but just in case you haven't, let's start off with a brief overview of each one. These are the common archetypes that they usually include. And there's plenty of wiggle room within these descriptions because not every creature will fit perfectly into one description. These are just the most common depictions. A is for amphiptyr, a type of dragon-like serpent that can breathe fire, usually depicted as having 4 legs, wings, and being highly venomous. B is for banshee, a female spirit in Irish folklore whose presence signifies death in the family, or death to come soon in the family. She is usually depicted as having a horrible, ear-piercing scream. C is for Cerberus, the 3-headed dog that guards the gates to the underworld in Greek mythology, depicted as being extremely ferocious and loyal, never letting any soul pass without the proper documents. D is for dragon, a large, powerful, and often serpentine creature that can breathe fire, fly, and hoard treasure. Different cultures depict dragons differently, but they're almost always symbols of chaos and destruction. E is for elemental, a being made of pure magical energy that embodies one of the classical elements like fire, water, earth, or air. They're usually depicted as spirits or genies bound to serve their master. F is for Fenrir, a monstrous wolf-like dog that's the size of a bear and has to be kept chained up or muzzled because it's so strong, usually associated with gods of the hunt, like Artemis in Greek mythology or Tyr in Norse mythology. G is for gargoyle, a type of elemental that takes the form of a grotesque figure, usually carved into the stonework of a building, which acts as a water spout. H is for harpy, a type of bird-like creature that has the face of a woman and is known for carrying people away to be sacrificed to the gods. I is for Ifrit, a type of elemental that appears as a fiery red demon and commands the power of fire, usually depicted as arrogant, stubborn, and difficult to control. J is for Kitsune, a type of fox spirit in Japanese folklore that can shapeshift and possess humans, usually depicted as having multiple tails, with more tails indicating greater power. K is for Kappa, a type of Japanese water demon that lives in ponds and lakes and preys on humans, usually depicted as having a turtle-like shell on its back and an insatiable desire for cucumbers. L is for Leviathan, a sea monster mentioned in the Bible that has the body of a whale or serpent and is said to have been slain by God, usually depicted as chaotic and evil and representing the forces of nature.